Hey everyone, it's Ken here from Northern Viking Everyday. Today we're going to be showing you how to set up your Xbox Series S. This happens to be the 1 terabyte version of the Xbox. It's really quite simple to set up. We'll show you where everything plugs in that you'll need, as well as how to set it up on the console once it's loaded up on your TV. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So let's start out with the wiring of the Xbox and then we'll move into the on-screen setup. So a couple cables you'll need. This came in the box. It's the power cable. Looks like that on the one end and that plugs into the wall. We'll show you where to plug that in. As well as it came with the high-speed HDMI cable. It's the same on both ends and we'll show you where that plugs in on the back. Now we're going to be doing a wireless internet connection today, so we won't need an Ethernet cable. But if you're doing a wired internet connection, you'll need an Ethernet cable that looks like that. This did not come in the box. So they come in various different colors. I'll show you where to plug that in if you are doing that. Now we'll grab our Xbox here and flip it around to the back side and we'll show you where everything plugs in. So our power cable here, that's gonna plug in right here. So we'll plug that in right there like that. Our HDMI, this is going to our TV. So HDMI out, we will grab our HDMI connection here. We'll plug that in right there, just like that. And if you are doing a wired internet connection, you'll grab your Ethernet connector or cable and we'll plug that in right over here like that. So that's only if you're doing wired. If you're doing wireless, you don't need to worry about that. So now that our cables are all plugged into the Xbox, we need to plug them into the wall on the TV and the router. So this one here, the power cable, of course, gets plugged into your power bar or the wall. This one here, the HDMI cable, is going to get plugged into the back of your TV, into the HDMI port. So go ahead and plug that one in. And again, if you're using an Ethernet cable, you're going to need to plug this one into your router. I'm going to actually be unplugging this and not using it. We're going to do a wireless connection, but again, if you are using that, go ahead and plug that into your router. So now that we've got our Xbox all connected to the TV, we can go ahead and turn it on. There's a little button here at the front and it's got a Xbox logo on it. Just go ahead and push that and it'll light up when it's on. Now, I've already connected this Xbox controller to the Xbox once before. So to turn on your controller, go ahead and hold it down. And you can see there's a light on there as well, and that'll be solid if it's connected. Now, I do have another controller. If it's not connected, we'll grab this. We'll show you how to connect it. So there is a little connection button here on the front as well. We can go ahead and push that, and that's gonna start blinking. And on our controller here, we'll turn that on, and it's gonna be blinking as well. There's also a connection button here at the top that we can go ahead and push. And hopefully those will sync up. They'll stop blinking when they're connected. There we go. You might need to hold down the button a little bit longer here on the top to get it to connect, but once they're connected, they'll be solid just like that. And now we'll switch over to the on-screen and show you how to get this set up. So once you load up your TV, it should look something like this. And there's a couple ways to set up your Xbox. The first is to download an app on your phone, the Xbox app, and you can download that from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. I'm not going to do that way today. It'll ask you to punch in the code there that you see. We're going to be doing it here on the TV. Now, in the bottom left-hand corner there, you'll see a little circle with 3 lines. There is a matching button on your controller that you'll want to hit. It's right under the little Xbox kind of icon there in the middle. Make sure your controller is on. That's going to take you to the next step where you can go ahead and select your language. So just go ahead and select your language. I'm going to do English today. We're going to hit the A button on the controller to select it, and B would be to go back. So we're going to go ahead and hit A on the controller. It'll ask you what country you're in. So I'll go up. I'm in Canada. I'll select that. Hit A. And choose a connection. So this is where if you have a wired connection, you would select a wired connection. We're doing a wireless connection, so I'll select my network here. And then I'll go ahead and put in my password. And you can move around the keyboard here with your controller and just hit A to select whatever letters or numbers you have there. Once you're done that, hit that little button with the 3 lines on it again. And it's going to say connecting to your network, whatever it's called. Make sure you select the correct one. Checking connection. It's all good. Your console is connected to the internet. Now we're going to go ahead and hit A to continue. Where do you live? You can select your country here. I'm going to go ahead and hit Canada. checking for updates. Now, I've already used this Xbox, but it might find an update for you. So we'll need to download the language pack it's saying. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit A. So it might find some updates that it needs to install on your system right here. Your console will reset during this process, so don't be alarmed if your console turns off and on. And there we go, it's reloading back up. Press and hold the X button there on your controller to turn it on. And it's asking me to hit the A button. There we go. Next, you'll need to sign in with a Microsoft account. So this is like a Microsoft email address, a Hotmail, an Outlook email address. If you don't have one, you can go ahead and create one in the next step as well. So we're gonna go ahead and hit next here with the A button. And it's gonna ask us to sign in with our email address, a phone number, or our Skype account. Now it also says enter your preferred email or phone number to create a new account. So if you don't have a Microsoft account, a Hotmail or Outlook account, you can easily do that here. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter my email address, and then we will continue. Now, once we've got that in, go ahead and hit that button with the 3 lines on it. It'll take us to the next page where we will enter our password. And once that's in there, go ahead again and push the button with the 3 lines on it, and it'll take us to the next page. Now, my email address is already tied to an Xbox account, so I already have a username, but it's likely gonna ask you to create a username as well. It's gonna be your gamer handle or tag. Right now, this one's called World Travel, but you can name it whatever you like. And if it's already taken, it'll probably add some numbers after the name as well. So the next step here is it says how we use your data. You can read through that and hit next to accept it. And it's gonna load up here. Level up your gaming experience. You have to go through the legal stuff here. You can read that if you like, and then say, yes, I'm in. Just go ahead and hit A. When sharing your data with publishers, it talks all about that. You can read through that. Next, it'll take you to the sign-in and security preferences. So there's 3 options here. So no barriers. On this Xbox console, people can sign you in, see your data on web pages that use your Microsoft account, change your settings, and buy things without extra steps. Or you can have a PIN put in. So we'll ask for a PIN before you sign in, buy things, launch Microsoft Edge, or change your settings, or lock it down. You'll need to authorize signing in, buying things, launching Microsoft Edge, and changing settings using your Microsoft account. So whichever one you want there, if you want it really locked down or just a PIN or no lockdowns at all. For myself, I'm basically the only one using this, so I'll have no barriers on there. And then you can have it to do instant sign in as well. So how do you want to sign in? You can use instant sign in, link controller, or skip this. I'm gonna actually set mine up to link the controller. So when I turn on this controller, it's gonna go directly to my account. Then it's gonna also ask, make this your home Xbox. Yes, we wanna do that. So I am gonna make this my home Xbox, and you can only do this 5 times per year. So if you're switching Xboxes all the time, there's a maximum of 5. So we'll set this as my home Xbox. And then now it's gonna ask us if we want to sign up for an Xbox Gamepass. So right here, you can sign up, $18.99 here in Canada, gives you a ton of games. There's other plans. If you don't want the ultimate, you can look through those if you have a code, or behind my face there is just to skip it. We'll go ahead and do that for now. We'll hit the A button. And then you can choose your time zone here. It seems to know what time zone I'm in here, so we'll just go ahead and hit next. Keep your games and apps up to date. We'll hit next. And let's go take me home. And it's gonna load us right into the home screen here of our Xbox, and it's all set up. If you wanna buy games, you can go up here to the store or download some of the free apps or games that are in there as well. And we are all set up. It's really that simple to set up your Xbox Series S.